nice thing about having a few red cars is that I'm gonna sample the R51 and R77 touch-up paint, which I don't know, one of them is for the NSX and one's for the 3rd gen Prelude. But I'm gonna do a little bit of touch-up on the 93 SI and see which of these is a good match. It looks like they're both pretty darn similar. Well, the R51 is pretty far off, but the challenge here is the whole car has been resprayed and may or may not have its original shade. I also did this piece right here. For right now, that's gonna do the trick just to get me by, but I'm gonna have to have some paint color matched that will look a little more proper. Doing a little wheel and tire cleanup. These are gonna get refinished here eventually. You can see the failure here on the clear coat and some runs here from some corrosive cleaning material probably, but there's a lot of kicked up, sort of caked on stuff here. This isn't mud, this is actually either tar or something from the roadway that I'm gonna have to do some heavy duty cleanup to get that taken care of. I also see a little bit of, you see that crease right there? Gonna have a little PDR work. Anyway, that's about as good as the wheels get. The closer you get, the uglier they are. There's kind of pitting and issues throughout, but they will turn out incredibly with the magic touch from the folks over at Express Powder Coat. It was easier to just get the mud flap off. That way it can be cleaned separately, and then we'll touch the rest of this up. What a mess. Significantly better there. Already looking pretty nice after a wash. I went ahead and took it up to the coin-op wash. Now that the wheel wells are cleaned out, just have to maintain them to that level from here on out, which should be easy. This is not a daily driver, just gonna be a little toy. But super happy with how that turned out. It's gonna be even better when I get the wheels refinished. Just got a hold of a great magazine from Car and Driver that I promptly sliced up. There's the cover. Obviously the 92 Prelude was making pretty big waves when it landed for 1992. And this story goes into the significance of it. And I'm excited to make this part of my automotive literature archive. This was a 16 by 20 poster print made up from the cover of that Car and Driver. So the trick was I basically just took a picture with my phone, uploaded it to the FedEx office website, and requested a poster print, and there you go. Getting rid of these very aftermarket looking cup holders that are unfortunately drilled onto the side of the console. It's okay. I'd rather have some little holes there than have these things protruding into the passenger foot compartment. Those things were really on there, including some double-sided tape that probably would have done the trick without the 4 screws each, but now I got to clean this gunk off. Starting on the underhood, which is really gross. Engine bay is already looking really good. This is just with some DIY elbow grease and attention to detail. So I like to get all in the little corners. Took multiple rags, multiple products. Mostly I like to use Simple Green, which is just a detergent, heavily diluted initially. If anything's a little more involved, a little bit of paint thinner. Followed by, I did spray this at the end with a coat of just Meguiar's cleaner wax, spray wax. And now I'm gonna take this battery bracket off, give it a fresh coat of paint because it's got some paint chipping there. That's better. So I'm doing some recon. I went through all the Bring a Trailer auctions for 4th Gen Preludes until I could find one with a picture of the airbox sticker. Now this is gonna be from a 95, but it's gonna be the best I can do. Like I did for my Legend project recently, I'm gonna work on enhancing this a little bit digitally and creating a replica of the sticker. So it'll be a placeholder since I can't, from what I can tell, I can't tell if it's discontinued. I believe it is. But yeah, I'm gonna have one of these made up. So I played with the contrast a little bit. There's gonna be weird reflections on it and stuff, and I think it's gonna have to be downsized just slightly, but I'm gonna head to FedEx office and have them printed on that cool double-sided sticky clear stuff and see what happens. Check these out. Yeah. And there you have it. Like I said, it's not perfect, it's a placeholder. When parts are discontinued, you have to improvise. I decided to paint the clip around the bottom of the shift knob. I don't think it's supposed to be black, I think it's supposed to be a chrome finish, but it's chipped off, so I'm just gonna make it black. That works. Get the window tint removed from the Prelude. You can kind of see it's got like some weird waviness in it here and blemishes. So also this issue here, and then the back window, there's some peeling up in this corner. So yeah, it's gonna be better off to just start with a clean slate. And I'm lately liking the fishbowl look on a lot of these cars to showcase the interior. So we'll let him have some fun with this one. Prelude looks great. That tint just had some blemish issues overall, and happy with the crystal clear look for this one. I knew from inventory online that there was a 4th Gen Prelude here at the U-Pull and Pay in Phoenix, so I decided to pop down. It's been here for almost 2 months, so I had a feeling it was going to be pretty picked over, which is definitely the case. This is an automatic. I believe it's an SI, same trim level that I have. That's a factory floor mat, I think, because it has the weird pattern in it. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of go through and see if there's even any single part I possibly need off this car. Right offhand, I know that I could use a screw for a marker light, but that's gonna be a strikeout. Actually, turns out this is a 92, so it's 1 year older, and it is Milano red. I think the only thing I might have any value in here is I need a couple pieces of hardware for one of my mud guards up front. I wish this car had rear mud flaps. Those were kind of a rare accessory. A lot of these cars came like mine with just the fronts. So yeah, I might pull 1 or 2 little bits off this, but otherwise just kind of wanted to check it out. Just received my Covercraft Lloyd floor mats in the mail for the Prelude. Let's see if I can get this out one-handed. And here they are. So I requested, for extra fee, you can get the brand logo embroidered, which I did. And wow, those are very, very plush. So OEM mats for any older Honda or Acura are discontinued pretty early on. So you're left to either search for high-priced, new in the box stuff if you can find it, like on eBay, or you can go find a solution like this. And I think these will be a really nice placeholder for the car, especially because I prefer it over the existing rubber WeatherTech mats. Those are handy if you're kind of in and out of the car during rainy season, but these will be more day-to-day friendly use. This is a little pet peeve I had to address. There was a sheet metal screw where one of these trim screws should be, so I'm gonna change that out right now. That's better. Always love ordering parts and getting special notes from the vendor. This one's from Will Shaw, who runs Osaka Club Racer out on the East Coast, he supplied me with some parts for the prop rod in the Prelude. I need to get some of the brackets repositioned in there and then get that prop rod latched down where it needs to be. So huge thanks to Will for that, especially for the awesome little message here in the package. I now have 3 versions of Honda Red, 77, 51, and 81. This Milano Red is 81, and I did just use it to touch up some of these scratches that are vertical caused by the garage door closing when Julie didn't pull quite far enough ahead. There's still some areas here I'm going to try and buff out a little bit, but it's a lot better than it was before. Here's an upgrade I always have to do first and foremost. All right, some Prelude progress today. I happened to come across this parts car within an hour of it getting posted on Craigslist, and it does have the spoiler I need. Now, I did a little bit of research and learned that there were a couple different spoilers for the 4th gen. Some had an LED brake light and others did not. And I confirmed through some various online auctions that I couldn't find any 93s with the LED. So my car's a 93, this parts car's a 93. I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. It does save me a little bit of the effort for having to do any wiring with relays and this 3rd brake light that's located up here. So I'll pick that up tomorrow morning. So good find. So check this out, picking up the Prelude spoiler. Actually, all I need is the spoiler, but I'm getting a whole trunk lid out of it. And I'm gonna take this home in the SLX. All set. This will go to Apex for color matching in Milano Red and installation on the Prelude. There's a mock-up. Just discovered this feature that I love about the 4th gen Prelude. You pull this little lever and then the back seat can fold down right there. So I'll be able to put this spoiler in here in transport mode. This is for sure my favorite 4th gen magazine advertisement. It says, "You'll never have your pizza delivered again." Love that. Just got a delivery from Japan today. This thing traveled around the world to be here, and guess what it is? A Milano Red 4th gen Prelude. This says it's one of 1,536 units of its kind. Honda official licensed product. That is cool. Forgot to mention, within the package was, I guess, a free pair of chopsticks. That is awesome. Bonus. Today is the day for the 93 Prelude SI to get its spoiler. So a while back, I did pick up an OEM deck lid spoiler for this car, and it's gonna get color matched and installed here at Apex. Speaking of Preludes, how about that super awesome 3rd gen with the body kit? Picking the Prelude back up from the spoiler install, and holy cow, it looks amazing. Thank you to the guys at Apex. And I'm gonna take the car. Next phase on this one is the wheels. I'm gonna go straight to Express Powder Coat today to drop this car for a refinishing of those. And here's the next stop. Last time I came to you, I was going to be dropping the Prelude off for wheel refinish, and now that day is here. We'll also, of course, be ditching these nasty outside mounted wheel weights at the same time. Never been a fan of that look.